Hello, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Aston Villa Raising the Holte. This is obviously the first season we have in the Premier League after our promotion last season. Transfer window is just closed. We're just about to kick off our first game against Brighton. But before we do that, let's quickly have a look at the ins and outs, what we've done over the summer. Now it's a little bit underwhelming, I have to be the first to admit. But let's go through what we have, and I think we're going to have enough to see out the division. Now, what we'd already known was happening was that Dimitri Mitchell was coming in from Manchester United. You can see we signed him 250 going up to 350. He's already valued at 1.2 million. He's on just over $4,500 a week, so that's working out well. We did end up signing Robert Snodgrass for the 5 million. The reason being is that Alessandro Diamati, he announced he was retiring with immediate effect. So we signed Snodgrass for his free kick taking ability. So we had someone that was of a very high standard with that in the squad. Now this guy, Walter Gonzalez, we did know that we were going to sign him. I'm having a very frustrating time with work permits, and I forgot about Brexit. We don't know how that's going to impact everything. So right now we're looking at getting him loaned out to Spain so he can get a work permit in Spain. I believe after some research that South American players can get it a lot quicker in Spain, 2 years I think. There's a release clause of 20 million in there if a Champions League club comes in for him as well. So whether we'll actually get to see Walter Gonzalez, we don't know. But he's a very good player, so hopefully we'll get something sorted out. Hamim Tariq, same deal, needed a work permit. We sent him out on loan to Rangers, and surprisingly enough, he's got a work permit for Scotland, but not for England. Last I checked, it was all the same country, so I don't understand what's going on there. Lewis Morgan we knew about. Again, we sent him out on loan to get some game time, so he's off at Sunderland, I think, in the Championship. So we'll check back on him at the end of the year. And Mohamed Sissoko, Liverpool fame, I believe. He was there, he's also at Juventus. Got him in on a free. Reason being, you can see he's got high work rate, he's strong, good jumping ability, good tackling. Just to have somebody in there, so if we can have Will and Jedinak and a third option. So this is our third option to sort of strengthen midfield late in the game if we find ourselves in front. So I think he'll be good, and you can see the transfer. You can see the wages there. It's just over $5,000 a week, so it's really next to nothing, and he'll be a good option for this year. And I think there's an option to extend for next year as well. Okay, then we have Harry Darling. This guy he's young. He's one for the future more than for this season. You can see he looks pretty good. If we have a look here at the potential, 4.5-star potential. He cost us next to nothing. I think it was about 160, 180, something like that. Worst case scenario, we're going to be able to sell this guy and make a nice little profit on him. But I think he will develop nicely, and he'll probably be a fringe-ish defender this year. We may end up sending him out on loan. I haven't decided that yet. Okay, Akin Academeo. Easy for me to say. Another one here for the future, young defender, 18 years old. We will probably look to send him out. He has a 3-star potential. We got him for free. He's on next to nothing on wages. To be honest, if worst case scenario here, I'm looking at maybe selling this guy with a sell-on clause. He's probably end up being a decent Championship player, but he's never going to see the Villa first team, to be honest. Tyrone Mings, I ended up signing him. Reason being, he only had a 3-star rating, but he was just perfect for what I wanted. He can a defensive left back. He can play a bit further up in the wing back. He can play in the middle. He's fast. He's good in the air. Good on the ball, dribbling wise. He was everything that I wanted. So we ended up getting him for, I think, was it 1.4? 1.4 rising to 1.5. I think if we avoid relegation, it's 1.5. I couldn't see a reason not to sign him, so we did. Harry Hamlin, this is another one, young prospect. We sent him out on loan already. We don't see what. I think he had a decent. I think he was a 3.5-star potential. So this guy could potentially become a squad player for us. But again, we get him on a free. Even if we just end up selling him on, that's fine. Okay, Andrea Conte. We got him on loan from AC Milan. This is our new right back. So everybody, you can see here, good pace. The physicals aren't bad. Mentally, he's good. Technically, could be better, but certainly very, very sufficient. The reason we brought him in, James Bree, I'm not fully confident in yet to be a day in, day out player, or week in, week out. I'm talking in Americanisms again. Andrea Conti, I think we can rely on him, and we do have an option to buy him at the end of the season as well. So right now it's a loan, but we can look to purchase. Jordan Williams, we got this guy in on a free transfer, and he's actually pretty good. If he doesn't, he might even be in our starting lineup for today, I think. I can't remember now if I put him in there or not. But he's definitely going to be one of our main defenders. He's a lot cheaper, as you can see, 18 grand a week than some of our others. They're on the way out. He was let go by Wednesday, was it? Liverpool. Let go by Liverpool. Spent last season on loan in League One. So I remain confident that he's going to be okay for us. And Ben Unsworth, this is another one, another young guy. Again, potentially, is it 2.5 star? This is another one that we're just going to look to. If he becomes something fantastic, if not, we'll sell him on. He didn't cost us anything. He's costing us next to nothing in wages. So there's nothing to lose there, really. In terms of players that are out, Codger's gone. Only got 2.5 million, rising to 3.4 for him. So that's a little bit disappointing, but at least he's out the door along with his wages. Abadi, we knew that was happening. He's gone on a free after his 1 year. The only other major out was El Mohammadi. He was just not happy. He was complaining. He was bringing down squad morale, so he's out the door for 1.2 million. A few youngsters have gone out on loan. Jake Doyle-Hayes we've sent out on loan. As we said, Tariq, Lewis Morgan, the guy we signed. These guys are all, hopefully, will develop this year, and we can look at bringing them in next year. Jake Doyle-Hayes is the one I have big hopes for. He's on Preston in the Championship, so hopefully he'll get some time there, and we can look to bring him back in for next year. Now, in terms of players we haven't yet got rid of but are trying desperately to, Pablo De Cagli, with Tyrone Mings and Dimitri Mitchell, he's not needed, so we're going to try and get rid of him. James Chester, he's similar sort of story to El Mohammadi. He doesn't want to be here anymore, so he can go as well. And Ross McCormack as well. Again, he's welcome to leave. We've got them all transfer listed. They're not in the Premier League squad. Alan Hutton is in the Premier League squad, but I've changed his squad status to backup. His contract's up the end of this year. We renewed him last year because he did play very well for us. When the opportunity to sign Conte came up, I took it. If we hadn't done that, he would have been him and Bree that would have been the two right backs, but we will still look to use Hutton, but he will be a backup option. Gary Gardner we're looking to get rid of as well. He's a very decent player, but he's on 25 grand a week, and he's not. We have better, so hopefully we'll get him out the door. And the other one is Jordan Linden. Kills me to send an Aussie out, but he's not going to be anything with us, so we'll look to get him out the door where possible. So that is the situation. The tactics we're looking to use today. As you can see here, this is the team that's going to start the first game of the season for us. We're going with Hogan up front. Oh, the other signing I should say too, we got Giuseppe Rossi. We got him on a free transfer in the closed season, right after our last game. You'll remember him, he has really bad knee injuries. So we got him 5 grand a week. We have a clause where we can just, if he injures himself, we can release him for nothing. He's experienced, he's, as you can see, technically very good, mentally very good, as you would expect. Physically, not so much. But I think he's good, and for no other reason than we can just use him to tutor some of our younger players. So I'm happy to get Giuseppe Rossi in. Whether or not we see much of him, time will tell. Okay, so back to this starting 11. Golini is in goal. He was out on loan last year, but as you can see, very good. So he's going to start for us in the goal. We've got Conte, Williams, Elphick and Mings will be the back four. Very familiar midfield, Yadanak, Horahan, Lansbury. Green and Adoma we're going with on the wings with Scott Hogan. On the bench, you can see Saar, John Terry. Hopefully we won't need him, but if we do, it's going to be more of a defense. He's going to play a defensive role to sort of shore up, go 3 at the back late in games. Taylor Sissoko, Bjornsson. Keenan Davis and Carlos Gil, who we got back as well. He was out on loan last year. We've extended his contract. Very good player. Very happy to have him around. In pre-season, I was playing with him, trying him on the wings and inside forward. He was really, really good. So expect to see some of him. So here we go. We're playing Brighton away, first game. Not really sure what to expect. You should have a look too, actually. Pre-season, as you can see, it went really, really well. We scored lots of goals. This was the standout performance, 5-2 against Sevilla. The game we did lose, we dominated. We just couldn't hit the back of the net. But some of these games too, we used to see like conceding 2 against Liberec. We were giving some of the younger defenders. I don't think there was a game where the same team played first and second half. It was just purely getting match fitness up. So pre-season's gone well. We have been scoring. The level of opposition, not fantastic. You remember back to the start of last season, we had a similar sort of situation where we didn't know how our pre-season opponents rated strength-wise. Similar situation this time around, but we are banging them in for fun. Okay, so let's do this. Now, I did tweet out earlier as well. James Wilson, our superstar striker, first training session of the season, broke his ankle. So he's out till Christmas. You can imagine I could not believe my luck on that one. Yeah, so we'll hopefully get him back. Well, Christmas, I think it was 5 months, so that was July. So it's just a frustrating way to start the season. Now I don't know what my team talk should be here. Go out and impress me. No, that did not work. It's good to see my team talks back to usual form. Okay, we've got faith, and defense we have faith, and Scott Hogan we have faith. Okay, you've sprung a few surprises with your team selection. What is the thinking behind that? Some players will play here, others will play another fixture. It's about using the squad. Yeah, let's go with that. And here we go, back in the Premier League, where of course Villa does belong. I did look at bringing in a striker, especially when we did lose Wilson. We came so close to getting Batshuayi from Chelsea. We agreed a fee with Chelsea. I think it was 9 million, and raising up a little bit more. Come on, Mings, whip it in. Raising up a little bit more with, I think it was goals and things like that. We agreed personal terms with him, but he ended up going to West Brom. So why anybody in their right mind would go to West Brom over Villa, I don't know. But yeah, we were so close. But other than that, there was nobody else that was really worthwhile. The only team that I'm looking at, Crystal Palace, got relegated last year, so obviously they have Benteke. My concern is that we only really have Keenan Davis that is sort of a physical presence up front. So I toyed with the idea of Benteke, but he's just so expensive. He was 24 odd million, and then the wages, so I decided against it. There was another striker from AC Milan that I had a look at. Cheaper, I think he was 5.5, but he's physically he wasn't that much of a bigger unit. He was just sort of another Scott Hogan, so I decided against that as well. An improvement on Scott Hogan, to be fair, but a Scott Hogan nonetheless. So that was a bit of a snooze fest of a first half. So let's go with a passionate. Time for everyone to dig in and give everything you've got tonight. We deserve to win this match. Oh, that went down poorly as well. So I wonder, you almost wonder there if my team talk should have been, we weren't good enough. But to be fair, away from home, first game of the season, I think a draw would actually not be too bad here. I did tweet out too at this our starting fixtures. It really is a mixed bag because we have Brighton, obviously. I think we have Liverpool at home next. We also have Man City at home in our first 5. And then I think Swansea and Leicester away. And it's a mixed bag in that if it was reversed, you'd say, well, if we lose to Liverpool and City away, that'd be fine. That we should beat some of these teams at home. But the teams that you would feel comfortable with beating at home, we're playing away. And then obviously we have the bigger teams at home. So I think a lot of this first month of the season is going to be just trying to get off to a positive start. Just try and get some points on the board. You'd almost take just 5 draws, to be honest, if we could just get 3 draws on the road, 2 draws at home against Liverpool and City, and I think you just about take that. But we're having our fair share of the game. Okay, he wants to come off, so that's an opportunity to bring Carlos Gil on. He is very much an inside forward, especially playing on that side. So we'll give this a little bit more time and then we might look at bringing on Keenan Davis for Scott Hogan. Jadanak, as ever, is a beast. Lansbury's looking a bit tired. So let's do that, and then we'll switch out. We'll put him on Bjornsson on box to box. We'll go Horahan on a Mazzala attack, and then we'll bring on Keenan Davis as a target man on support. Alright, let's see what we've got here. 10 minutes to go. Concentrate. It's been a terrible game, hasn't it? Have we even had a highlight? There we go. Is this our highlight? No, don't lose it. Don't do this to us, Brighton. Don't do it to us, Brighton. Unbelievable. Oh, I can't believe that just happened. I mean, we've been so good for the whole game defensively. I wonder if we should have switched to counter. I wonder if we should have played the whole game on counter away from home. This would be harsh. Well, there it is. Oh, what a disappointing game. We certainly weren't the worst team in it, so, for whatever that's worth. I think we can say we're unlucky. I don't think we deserve to lose it. I wouldn't say we deserve to win it, but I don't think we deserve to lose it. So my concern is obviously goal scoring because we don't have Wilson and who we are going to be relying on to score the goals for us. But it's just a shame we can't get Gonzalez his work permit. But I think we'll be okay. I really honestly do, because we have Snodgrass in reserve yet as well, and we were scoring goals in pre-season. Look what we did to Sevilla. So I'll go away, we'll have a bit of a rethink, see what we need to change, if anything. You can see here the games we have. What we'll do is we'll come back maybe for... Where are we here? Maybe we'll come back for Man City and Everton, I think that's probably a good point to come back. So I'll play through the next few games here, and then we'll come back for Manchester City and Everton next episode. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy it, do give me a thumbs up. If you're new, then please do subscribe. Be sure to leave your comments where you think we went right and wrong in the transfer market, what you think we should do from here. And I will be back tomorrow with another episode. Take care. Bye.